going on YouTube? This is BXMama708 back at you with another video unboxing, and today I have the Asus ROG Zephyrus Duo 16. That's right. This is the GX 650 RM-ES74 model. And the reason why I picked this model is because this is the entry model for this particular laptop. And I got it because the laptop itself is pretty overpriced for the specs that you get. And you can get something definitely about $500 cheaper. I got this from Amazon for $2,499.99 USD plus tax. It came out to $2,649.99. Okay. And I'm going to read off the specs so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I realize there's a lot of people online, whether it's consumers or whether it's professional reviewers and tech gurus, etc., that got this laptop, and they got the higher end tier. Most people got the 3080 Ti. Some have the 3070 Ti with the mini LED panel that goes up to or peaks at 1100 nits. On the other hand, this one is slightly different. This also represents the case scenario of the average consumer probably maxing out at $2,500 and wants to see if getting this laptop with its novelty of an additional screen is even worth spending the amount of money for these kind of specs when you can get something like this for $500 cheaper. All right, so let me go ahead and run down the specs, and from there we're going to commence with the unboxing. All right, so first and foremost, this has the Windows 11 Home operating system, has the AMD Ryzen 7 6800H mobile processor, which is the 8-core, 16-thread, 20 megabyte cache CPU. We have the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 laptop GPU. It does an ROG boost at 1752 megahertz, and it runs up to 140 watts. So the standard is 115 watts, but it can dynamic boost up to 25 watts, and it has 6 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM. The display is a 16-inch Full HD Plus, which is a 16 by 10, 1920 by 1200 WXGA anti-glare panel. It has 100%, covers 100% of the DCI P3 spectrum. It has 165 hertz refresh rate with a response time of 3 milliseconds. It's an IPS-level monitor. It has FreeSync. It's Pantone validated. It has Optimus, not Advanced Optimus. It has Optimus, and it supports Dolby Vision HDR. All right. The second screen is the Screenpad Plus, which is 14 inches. And this one is 1920 by 550. It's an IPS level support panel, and it also has a stylus input that you can use for if you want to use a stylus, and it's also touchscreen, right? So the IPS level panel supports stylus and touchscreen. All right. So at the memory, we have two 8 gigabyte DDR5 4800 megahertz SODIMMs, which totals 16 gigabytes of RAM. The max capacity is 64 gigabytes in dual channel mode. Okay. All right, so we have 1 terabyte of PCIe 4.0 NVMe M.2 SSD for storage in here. All right, we have a 720p HD IR camera, so this also works with Windows Hello. It has 6 speakers with dual force woofers and a smart amplifier, built-in array microphone, AI noise canceling, Dolby Atmos, and a smart amp, and this is all related to the audio. All right, it has Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2 in regards to its network. It has a 90 watt-hour battery, 4-cell lithium-ion battery, a 240 watt AC adapter. So this has a smaller AC adapter than the higher end models. Okay, it weighs 5.51 pounds, right? 5.51 pounds. So it is also lighter than those higher end models, not by much, but it's lighter, right? And it also comes with a palm rest in the box. So let me go over some of the differences. The difference is this processor CPU is a 6800H as opposed to the 6900HX processors that's in the higher end model. Also, the graphics is the 3060. The higher end models have the 3070 Ti and the 3080 Ti. And this does a boost up to 140 watts, right? 140 watts. So it's 115 watt standard, but it can do a dynamic boost up to 25 watts and 6 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM. That's another difference. The 3070 Ti in the high-end model has 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, and I think it's 150 watts in regards to the wattage. And the 3080 Ti has 16 gigabytes of GDDR6, and that also, I believe, is 150 watts, maybe more, but I believe it's 150 watts. right? Also, the main display and the additional display, the main display is a full HD plus. The higher models have a QHD plus, and the Screenpad Plus, which is the additional display, this one has a 1920 by 550, and we know that the higher end models have a 4K touchscreen on the second display. But nonetheless, I'm just excited to get into this and kind of see what it's about. So let's get busy. All right, as you can see, this is the ROGI, and it says Republic of Gamers, right? This is the outer box, right? When we look around it, it has some labels with specs on it and everything like that. So you guys don't need to see any of that. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this open, and we're going to go inside, all right? Okay, it's sealed by 2 pieces of tape. I'm going to cut that. Okay, I'm going to pull this down right here. Okay, lift this up, and this is the handle right here that says ROG on it. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out this box. Okay, this is the power adapter and palm rest box. This is the laptop itself, which I was expecting to be a much bigger box, but I guess not. And also, hey, this is the palm rest box. So I guess this one over here is just power or something. We're going to take a look and see. All right. So let's lift this up. Let's move this aside. All right. I'm going to keep this to the back. All right. And now let's go into these accessory boxes. This is the first one up right here. All right. I'm going to open this up. Uh-oh. I don't need to. I'll just slide it out. You can see there's nothing else in there. It's empty. All right, so only thing it presents to us is this rubber palm rest. Okay, take it out. Okay, this is a real solidly built rubber palm rest. All right, feels nice and weighty. Rubber palm rest. All right, looks like being that there's 2 inserts in here, something else comes in here, but it doesn't come with this lower end model, so not a big deal. All right, so that's that. All right, next up, this box here. Okay, just open it up. Opens like this. Okay. All right. As you can see, we're presented here with the adapter. Get that out. All right, there we go. Okay, there's your adapter. And again, this is a 240 watt. Okay. And it's nice and it's kind of light. I won't say super light, but it's kind of light for a 240 watt, so that's not bad. Kudos to Asus for always doing a great job with their power supplies. Cannot say the same for MSI, but hopefully they make progress in the future. And then, last but not least, we're greeted with the power cord. All right, that's it. All right, so I'm gonna keep these to the side. All right, so now the main attraction. Okay, so the main attraction right here, as you can see, it's the ROG logo over here. This is an image of a city. This looks like, I don't know, some kind of platform holding the city up. It has all of these little markings on here, probably longitude, latitude, or other GPS markings. There's a nice, interesting triangle symbol here. And then we have defy boundaries, chart new horizons right there at the bottom. ROG alert, mission brief. You can use your QR scanner to scan it, and then it gives you location, and it says ROG Republic of Gamers. Okay. All right. So there's nothing on this side. There's nothing on this side. Okay. There's nothing up top. All right. Let's see. Oh, nothing at the bottom either. All right. So let's go ahead and cut this open. It's giving me those Asus ROG Z13 vibes. As far as the packaging, it looked very similar. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. And there's nothing on the back except for sensitive information there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay it flat. I'm gonna open this up. And it lifts up. I'm not sure it's supposed to open that way. Let's see. Yep, it's supposed to open that way. And then it lifts up. So let's go ahead and get in a little closer. Take a look and see. And if you hold it like this, it lifts up. But it lifts up the other way. So I'm not sure. Look at this. Let me just take it out. So yeah, it does an ergo lift, like what you've seen with all the other Asus laptops that I reviewed on this channel. Let me take it out. Wow, that definitely has some heft to it. Okay, let's move the box aside. Okay, and let me show you some of the labels that's on here. Yeah, this thing is pretty heavy. Let's take a look. Okay. So over here, zoom in, we got some glare. Some glare there. All right. Zoom in. All right, so right here, it says Active Aerodynamic System Plus 2.0, AAS Plus 2.0 Cooling, Liquid Metal, Conductonaut Extreme, FHD with 500 nits of brightness, HDR and advanced audio experience, Dolby Vision and Atmos, Pro Art True Color technology, Pantone validated, 6 speakers with dual force canceling woofers, DDR5 4800 high performance DDR5 RAM. Okay, and also says, some more glare. Let me do it head on like this. Probably better. Yep. So it has a muck switch, 100-watt fast charging, 50% in 30 minutes, and Wi-Fi 6E. All right, extending Wi-Fi 6 into 6 gigahertz. So let's go across that so you can see. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open this up. See what we're working with. Carefully remove the plastic. Okay. it down. Okay. All right, so this part right here can come off just like that. All right. And let's take a look at the design. So as you can see here, it says Republic of Gamers. Here's the purple ROG Eye. And it has a very interesting design over here with all these mini dots. And it looks like it has a speaker here and a speaker right here. Supposedly it has 6 speakers, but it looks like it has a speaker there, speaker here. There's this interesting little line right here. I'm not sure what part of the design that is, but that looks interesting. I could say the design is very subtle, but this kind of like purple fuchsia color here does stand out as a gaming laptop, and it does say gamers on it instead of just ROG, so it does scream gamer. All right. I'm not gonna say screams gamer, but yeah, it definitely is unapologetically letting you know it's a gaming laptop. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and review the ports and open it up. All right, and examining for ports, we have our power here, USB Type A here, USB Type C, micro SD card slot, and a 3.5 millimeter headset combo jack. All right, over here we have some exhaust cooling. Okay, we're gonna turn it around. On the front, there's nothing on the front, just a little indentation here to lift it up. On the left side, we have one sole USB Type-C port. Okay, on the back, we have our Ethernet, another USB Type-A port, and the HDMI port right here, 2 exhaust fans. It does have a very interesting translucent design here. I don't know if you can really see it, but this right here is a translucent, like a smoke gray translucent design. You can see some of the hinge mechanics underneath that translucent design. Very interesting touch. All right. So on the bottom, you can see there's the 2 intake vents for the fan. There's 2 cutouts for the speakers. Very interesting. It's a center ventilation. There's rubber feet. Right, let me see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rubber feet. But what's really strange is, okay, look over here. This is for the speaker, cut out for the speaker, right? But if you look over here, it's not even on the edge, it's inside speaker. Very interesting why that's done that way, but I don't know. Maybe it's acting as a subwoofer, but I don't think so. Actually, I think it is. But yeah, I think that's very interesting nonetheless. All right, let's put this back. Okay, and we're going to open it up and see what we're working with. Okay, here's the first lift. Okay. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, there we go. It's a matte screen, so it fights against any kind of reflections. Let's move this cover away. There it is. Here's the second screen. Here's our keyboard. Here's our mouse that has more of like a rectangular shape to it. I'll get in a little closer so you can see. There we go. And here's our AMD Ryzen 7 6000 series sticker. And here is our Nvidia GeForce RTX sticker. Okay. We also up here, it says ROG Zephyrus. And then when this slides up, it reveals another translucent window that shows you some of the mechanics in here and an ROG Eye. So let's move it closer so you can see. And let's shift it down some. And if you take a look, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. focus. There we go. All right, so we got our ROG Zephyrus, and there it is. Gives you some insight. Let's look into that. You see? Right here shows you some of the innards, or some of the motherboard on that side. Some of the motherboard also on this side. Right here. Okay. All right, and here's the keyboard. There's the keys. It has excellent travel. It doesn't bottom out. Very springy. Great keys, and that's one thing I could say about this year's lineup of Asus ROG laptops that I've shown on this channel, is that the keyboard is great on all of them. My favorite is the X13, but I guess this will be like right next to it. This is just as good. Okay. All right, at the top is our 720p webcam, which I'm not expecting no miracles from. It's a 720p webcam at the top. All right, I had to get that the autofocus right. It was acting a little crummy, but all right. So that's it. I don't know what else to really highlight on. We're gonna go ahead and power it on and see what it has in store. Okay, everything is all plugged up. We also have the palm rest set up with it as well. This is definitely something that you will need a desk for. You could probably use it on your lap, but it'll probably be very uncomfortable unless you have a lap desk, which I do have. So I'm gonna test it on there as well, and I give that feedback on my my review video, my thoughts and everything like that. There is a vertical rectangle trackpad here. The power button is up here. We're gonna hit the power button and take a look at everything powered on. So let me get a little closer in so you can see the screens, and hit the power button. Keyboard lights up. There we go. Per key RGB on the keyboard. Okay, waiting on the screens to power on. From what I can listen, I don't hear any coil whine, so it sounds good, but the screens are not on, so not sure what's taking so long for it to power on. But also down here, you can tap here. There we go. At the top left of the trackpad, you can tap a little space in this area, turns it into a numpad. Also, I want to show you this. Very interesting. Let's take a look inside so you can see. This little space right here has LEDs in it, so you can see some of the inside of the laptop. That's pretty interesting. Reminiscent of the Asus ROG Flow Z13. All right, as you can see, the second screen is not on yet, but that's cool. We're gonna see what that's about. Here's the keyboard. Again, it looks really, really nice. I like the size of the keycaps. So a great keyboard. It's just this trackpad is a little restrictive, but I'll give it a shot. We also have our palm rest. I'll test this out, but yeah, if you can see the depth of this thing with the palm rest, it goes all the way back. Look at that. And there's a bezel chin here too, so this can lift up against the screen and look seamless. So yeah, this is a lot of depth. So to make sure that whatever you're using this on, you have a desk that's deep enough to support it. So that's that. We set up Windows 11. Here is our Screenpad Plus. All right, begin quick guide. Oh, look at that. Oh, got a calendar there. Weather right there. This is asusmap.com. Pretty fascinating. Get the most out of your amazing Asus Screenpad Plus. Planning a trip with Screenpad Plus is easy to open and reference several different apps simultaneously. Multitasking has never been easier. Yeah, that's not touchscreen, but okay. I was not expecting that. I think that that's pretty neat. So far, early impressions, the build quality is excellent. I don't like the power cord here. I would have preferred it on the back, and not even a right angle, but a straight barrel plug if they was going to do that coming through the back. So I do not like this setup at all, but I'll live with it. The good news is we do have power delivery on this side, so I can run a USB straight across. Or I can get a right angle USB and throw it that way, but it would just get in the middle of the power cord. But if I'm using it to replace the power, it doesn't matter, right? But yeah, don't like that. This trackpad is nice. It's really good. It's just the width is too narrow. Even during a quick setup, my finger was already bumping into the keyboard. So you just have to be mindful of where your finger is at on there. But again, you know, to get the second screen in, they had to make some compromises, right? Also, for the ventilation, for the intake air, this is probably why this is here, not further back here or directly on the back. So I guess you could live with it. This right here feels really good on the palms. So I don't know how it's going to hold up over time. It feels rubbery, so it might wear out over time. But yes, you do need a lot of desk depth to accommodate this. Now, this is the 1080p screen or the FHD Plus screen, 1920 by 1200. It is sharp. I mean, it's at 500 nits. It's very bright. This screen here is not as bright and not as sharp, but it's not bad at the same time. Again, it's just an auxiliary monitor, so you can live with it. But I think this monitor, this FHD Plus one, is excellent. The build quality of this chassis is phenomenal. Is rigid. There's little to no flex. There's no flex at all on the keyboard. Barely any flex on the lid. So I would say build quality is 4.5 out of 5. Excellent build quality. Keyboard so far typing is excellent. I got to say the keyboard is great, but this trackpad and this and the fact that there's a lot of depth that you need on the desk and you probably can't use this on your lap, we'll see. But so far, family, that is our first boot into the Asus ROG Zephyrus Duo 16. Leave your comments and stuff below. I'm going to play with it for a couple of days and I'll report back on my findings, let you know if it's if I'm gonna keep it, if I'm gonna return it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, so make sure you guys hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.